Welcome, everybody. We are here at Dale's Deer Talk, and today we have a guest, Rena Spears. Rena is real big into photography, made it into her passion in life. So, why don't you tell us about yourself, Rena?
So I am Rena Spears. I am out of Michigan. I have been a photographer for about 8 years. I mainly focus on the outdoor industry, which is pretty much working with outfitters and hunters and also charters all across the US. And then now I'm starting to do more local work.
Mhm.
And I also do as well with wildlife. So if it's alive, if it's dead, I'm kind of there for both of it.
Yeah.
And then also I do lifestyle and wedding photography too as well. And I just started getting into that within the last 2 years, 3 years,
Okay.
3 years.
Okay. So it probably keeps you pretty busy in life. I mean, was that something you've always had a passion for, photography?
Yes, since I could pick up a camera. My grandpa bought me a little camera that had a zoom lens on it attached to
Hmm.
it. And ever since then, we have property up on an island up north in the UP, and
Yeah.
I would always just take wildlife photos. I would just take photos of everything, and they always try to get me in front of the camera. I said, "Nope." I said, "I'm behind it."
Yeah, that was always my biggest thing when I grew up. It's like my brothers were always a little, you had to almost like sneak a photo or whatever. And it's like some people were like, and I always had a camera on me. And
Mhm.
I think that's the biggest thing that I've noticed like over the years where the quality of camera, like I can go back to some of my stuff a couple decades ago and it's like you're sitting there watching and it's like, man, the quality is like so terrible. And at the time it was like top-notch equipment. I mean, like I was using and so yeah, stuff has really changed over the years as far as just even just a basic cell phone now, which you have
Yes.
quality
Yeah, you
wise.
no, you the quality on a cell phone on a flip phone, it doesn't even compare now, but the
Yeah.
iPhones are actually pretty comparable to some of the cameras out there now.
Yeah,
So,
and even just the whole like years ago, I mean you went somewhere, you went to a wedding or whatever, took some outdoor photos, and heck, you had to go to the photo mat, you had to drop your photos off or your film
mhm.
off and wait a week, and then you get them back, and it's like half of them are probably terrible pictures, and yeah, you had to pay for them. So yeah, so photos and video and everything has really came a long ways over the years.
Yes, it
Thank goodness, because it's great. Because so I thought we would talk about tonight. I run a hunting page, so I get a lot of people that are always sending me, whether it's during deer season, whether it's in the off season, just sending photos. And there's always an opportunity to take photos.
Mhm.
It
Yes.
doesn't, even though you deer hunt, there's times where I think it's great to just record things that are going on throughout the season. And I know that's, uh, so I thought we would talk about some like what you would recommend as far as to a person as far as like tips as for enhancing photos, because I know sometimes you might think it's a good photo and yet maybe just having the person or object move a couple feet over to get a better backdrop, things like that makes a big difference.
Yes.
So what would you kind of recommend? I mean, maybe we'll go on, guy goes out, gets his first deer, walks up to his deer and asks somebody's what would you suggest at that moment as far as like after the excitement, everything settles down? What kind of things would you suggest to maybe someone that's not really real big into photography and yet wants a nice photo to remember that memory?
So I would say, if is he by himself or is he with some friends that can help him out?
Yeah,
First,
I think a lot of times people are by themselves and they kind of
yeah.
feel like, well, they want a picture with them in the photo and yet maybe they don't know what really to do or something.
So I would say, a tripod is your best friend when you're doing anything solo.
Hmm.
And bringing the tripod, if you have a camera or if you have a cell phone, depending if it's at night or if it's in the morning. If it's in the morning, you can go ahead and for the iPhones, you can do a what is that time frame button.
Yeah, like a time you
It,
can set it there.
yeah, the time button. Just make sure your deer is already set with where you want it. You usually, when you want to get a nice photo of your deer, you probably don't want the gunshot in it,
Hmm.
for professional look. And then also you want to have all the feet underneath it. And then when you pick up the head, just pick it up. If you have it by the rack, kind of pick it up, turn it towards the camera, and just have it like going a little bit forward. So
Hmm.
then it's a little bit forward and up. And
Okay.
then it kind of has that symmetrical look and just keep it even. But just make sure you have the deer's body pose, get behind the camera, hurry up, do the timer, run back, and then put them up. So that's one thing that you can do. And if you have it at night too, some of your, well, iPhones have flashes, and then also your cameras, most of the time your cameras have to have attachable parts to it.
Mhm.
Off. Attachable parts to it. So on the top of it, you can go ahead and put a flash onto it,
Right.
and you either use your phone, get an app, and take a photo with it, and just to direct your phone towards the camera, and you can take a photo with it, or you can also put a timer on your camera
Mhm.
too, and it should automatically flash.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
might have to do that a couple times.
Right. Yeah. Because I know I think I even there was times where I mean I would even before I had like a tripod or something with me. There was times where I mean you could still take your camera, take your phone. You can basically make yourself a tripod somewhere in the field too, if need be.
Yes.
I've
Yeah,
done that with a stick or like a stump or something, and it might take me a couple extra minutes. But once again, though, I think it really, I mean, you spend, as we were just talking before, you go out no matter what you're doing, whether you're going fishing, whether you're going hunting. I mean, you spend the whole year preparing for that moment. You get your nice trophy on the ground, and it's just I always say get that nice photo because you're going to thank yourself years down the road for that moment that you took that time.
exactly. And the thing is that if you don't have anybody else around, and you initially where you have it on the ground is kind of where I always want to take the photo at, because that's where you
Right.
shot it and that's where it ended, and it's kind of that's the scenery that you want for
Right.
it. But
And
oh, what were we gonna say?
yeah, but like you said, I mean, sometimes though, depending on whether you field dress the deer or not, I mean, you want to move that away from
That's
that you would field dress to. I mean, there's that
yes.
point too. I agree.
Yeah, usually I try to take pictures before you field dress just in case, because it's already most of the time
Right.
it's cold, but sometimes it's not. So it just kind of depends on the area where you're at, and how quickly you have to field dress it too. So,
Hmm.
but I try to do it as quick as possible and then field dress it,
Yeah.
because sometimes you can see that blood underneath them and you just don't. It's a lot.
Yeah, and even too, I mean, there's times where maybe it is really late or something, you don't get that time. There's always an opportunity rather than just having the deer sitting. Nothing wrong with the picture, and I think some of the pictures of deer in on a tailgate can be really cool.
Yes.
I mean, because I
Yeah.
mean that's the tailgate party and things like that. I mean, so I think those pictures can be kind of cool, but there's ways of doing that right too. And I think even sometimes maybe take the deer out of the truck and maybe if you even got to take it in your backyard to get a little something a little bit better backdrop. So there's ways to do it before you get the deer taken because I know a lot of people will be, man, I wish I would have got a different or a nicer photo or
Yes.
had something. So I think like what at least what I'm preaching is, hey, take your time and try
Yes.
to get that photo.
Exactly. Like the warmer, it's kind of a little bit more tough, but in the cold weather, you can pretty much go anywhere and do
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
That creativeness to it. So that's
Hmm.
what really helps. If you
Yeah.
see in the background.
Yeah, my doggy's always around. So everybody's got a cell phone pretty much on them all the time.
Mhm.
And I know to me, that's just a matter. I think some people don't even really realize that there are some different settings for timers and even just nighttime photos. There's settings you can do on that. But somebody wants to get more into what you do. I mean, more professional photography. What basic equipment would you recommend somebody starting out with?
So depending on if you want photo or video, I mainly bought my cameras in the beginning for video, and I ended up going with a Sony A6300 for a
Hmm.
starter camera. And really, it's not a starter camera, it's just a camera that I really wanted. It was like I think it was 500,
Yeah.
$600 at the time. And when I bought it, I was shocked when I started learning how to use it. And I said, wow, these photos are actually really nice
Right.
and getting the angles correctly. And it's crazy what you can get from it. And then on top of that, it was just very simple to be able to learn how to record and film. So that was one of my starter cameras. It's reasonably priced, and it ended up making me money down the road. And then once you start making the money down the road, then you can upgrade and get onto
Hmm.
your higher end Sonys. But I would say definitely in the A6300, A6500, A6600, great for starter cameras, for both video and photos.
So like when you head out into the field, whether you're going by yourself or a client or something like that, and going out and recording somebody's hunt,
Mhm.
um, what are you bringing with you in your photography or video bag? What's
My
your what's that?
my main bag.
Yeah, your main bag, I guess. What do you bring out in the field? I mean, because even that, I mean, you have to worry about, I mean, elements as far as rain, snow, things like that.
Yes,
Um,
and that is fun. Let me tell you. But I usually bring out I have A7R4, which is my main camera I use, and then I also have a backup, which is my A7 III. Sony, both Sony products. And then I will bring, depending if it's field, if it's turkey hunting, I'll usually bring about a 24 to 70 and a 70 to 200, depending on how far that we're going to be putting out the
mhm,
decoy. And then for deer hunting, kind of the same. If you're bow hunting, I guess I would say I would probably do like a 24 to 70.
mhm,
And then if you're doing anything rifle, depending on how far of a range, like in Michigan, you're probably shooting what 40 to 150 yards,
somewhere in
probably.
that average, yeah.
Yeah. So I would say um 70 to 200, probably farther if you do want to get into that 150-yard range. 200 to 600 would be a really good lens for that as well.
Hmm.
So those would probably be my main ones when it comes to out in the field for turkey or deer. And
Okay.
then um yeah, those are the two that I bring all the time. I did just upgrade to a new camera, so we're
Yeah.
gonna see how that
Okay.
one works down the road. But so far, these are just strictly Sony.
So a lot of guys in hunters nowadays, they really either want to get their own channel on YouTube or something like that, record their hunts. Um, the challenges of just recording and documenting your own hunt yourself.
Mhm.
What equipment, I mean, as far as different mounts and things like that, I mean, what challenges do people have that say, I want to record my hunt myself?
So a lot of times they'll use you can either screw into a tree. It's kind of like a tripod in a way, but you just maneuver it differently.
Hmm.
And it can kind of go next to you in the tree, and depending on what way you're shooting, most of the time, like if you're shooting this way, then
Right.
you're gonna want to be having the camera over there, but sometimes it gets tricky because you're gonna have a
Right.
deer every other place. So, but if you're just kind of just filming just to film at the moment, if you have it right here up in the tree and just kind of move it around and angle it, and you could kind of put it in front of you too, just to double check on the back of the screen.
Hmm.
But that would be one good thing if you're in the tree stand. Another thing is tripods too. So if you're in a blind on the
Like pop
ground,
up or something, yeah.
yeah, pop up a tripod works perfectly too for that. And that's probably the easier route, but so many people in Michigan use a tree stand, so it feels like you're juggling,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. And I would
Yeah, I'm
say
sure it can be a challenge.
practice, yes, practice before season two, because if there's a giant buck that you want to get on film and you're just going out there to wing it for the first time, I don't know if I'd recommend it, but maybe there's somebody out there who has superpowers and can just do it. I don't know. But I would always say practice before you
Yeah, that's
do.
probably a good tip. I mean, because I agree. Sometimes you might think you know what's going on, but next thing you know, you're planking something and there goes your deer or whatever.
Yeah.
So
And
I
you
agree. It's
really don't want to mess it up if
right.
you're trying to film yourself too on top of it. So it's kind of it's
Hmm.
like which one do you want to do at that moment? And I know a lot of guys that tell me if it's not on film, I'm not gonna get it. Like if I can't get the camera to work, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna shoot the deer. I'm just looking at them like, okay.
Yeah, more and more people are getting into that now where they do want to record their hunts and start their
Yes,
own channels or whatever up online. And but yeah, so it really and you're going to draw people to your channel by better quality and everything you're going to have. So I agree, it does pay
exactly.
to get some things like that. What would you say are probably some of the biggest do's and like, or some of the do's and don'ts in the whole outdoor photography world?
So like, are you saying if I'm on the go and I'm the one hunting with or taking photos of people with hunts, or for people in
I think
general filming themselves?
probably, like you said, I mean, the guy or girl that's really takes some photography, but really never is real big into it enough where they want to get a couple nice photos, and yet maybe they'll make a mistake or something, and they'll get home and be like, "Oh, I wish I would have taken a different type of picture." Is there anything you would really, I guess,
So I would say if you are using a camera, my biggest thing is learn your camera for the do's. I would say learn your camera like the back of your hands. There's three main settings that you're gonna want to use it in, and I use everything in manual mode just
mhm,
because of every element is going to be different, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, if it's too sunny out, you're going to want to learn your camera like the back of your hand. And I would say learning shutter speed, ISO, and aperture. So those are the three main things that you want to learn, all three of those, and that
okay,
definitely helps you in the field while you're either self-filming yourself or taking photos of others. So that would be definitely a do. A don't, I would recommend probably use your camera like me. um I kind of just put my cameras freely wherever, and that's my phone too, and I should be more cautious about it because it is an investment.
mhm.
And I like for safety, if I'm on the side of a boat or in a tree stand or something, I usually wrap my arm around it
Yeah,
like
it's a good idea.
and just kind of make sure that it settles and I can adjust it wherever I need to, or if I'm using it at the same time, I always just have this on for safety.
Okay,
Um, because anything can fall out of your hand at any
yeah,
moment. Whether it's your bow, it's your camera, I would say wrapping that around, it's probably not the safest or like the best thing to do, but it's another safety precaution with it. Um, but and then the other don't I would say is don't keep any of your equipment in your car. Do not keep anything in. Do taking care of it like it's your baby because it's sad when something does happen to it. And granted, you don't know when anything's going to happen to it, but if you crack it, if for instance, crack it,
mhm. Yeah,
like it's not fun to repair it, and you're going to be
right.
waiting time to repair.
Yeah, I think for me, like I said, we were talking. I mean, a lot of people, as they send their pictures in, I kind of look at some of the stuff, and I think some of the don'ts I see are, I don't know if it's really a don't, but maybe just a tip to it's. To me, a lot of it is really the background, what you're
Okay. Yeah.
taking your deer at, or whatever animal you have. Um, I mean, you get this, you can have a really great photo, but you get like this really just poor backdrop or whatever. I know sometimes I get some pictures on the middle of like someone's garage or something like that. And
Hmm.
I mean, you get a really nice deer, but I mean, it's really hard to like, you're focusing almost more on what's in the garage than the
Yes.
deer hanging there or next to it. So I think you really want to make sure when you're taking a photo, is really just what are you focusing on?
Yeah, you definitely do want to be aware of your surroundings when you do take a photo. You kind of want to see the angles that you are going to take a photo at too, because I mean, now with social media, unfortunately,
Yeah.
they'll take everything down. If they see blood, they'll take everything down. And it's
Right.
like, I think some shots are actually very awesome and pretty and different, and it's unique and it's a part of hunting.
Right.
So, like, for instance, if you're gutting a deer and you just want to take a moment shot of a memory of
Yeah.
your kid or your dad just getting in there and gutting a deer, and you got a good angle for it, and you're just like, okay, I think this would be a cool photo. Like, take it, but I don't know about posting it just because people are so weird nowadays, unfortunately. But it's
Yeah.
just
You'd have to watch that.
you have to watch out for that. So anything blood related, I would say watch out with that.
Yeah, I know
Wound,
Facebook is really big with like open cavity stuff. I mean, that's
yeah.
why even like deer in the buck poles and things like that. I mean, I've actually gotten to the point I've actually edited some of them just because I don't want to not post somebody's photo. I really enjoy posting, but I mean, but you always have social media behind your back saying you can't do that. So, yeah, so
Exactly.
unfortunately, that's where we're at in the world. But, and I mean, but I do agree, like you said, where you have to, I mean, it's all about the respect for the animal too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think and some people might look at it as disrespectful, but other people might look at it as like, okay, yeah, that's a part of the process. That's
Yeah.
awesome to see. And especially people that don't know much about it and to inform them about it, it's just, it is what it is. This is
Yeah.
how we get our groceries. This is how we do things, and this is how we process it. And it's
Right.
just it's a part of it. So I just it kind of makes me upset in that aspect. But yeah, I would say watch out for what you post and how much blood you post on there.
Yeah.
And then also the backgrounds too. Like never if you see anything or if somebody's doing anything disrespectful and stuff, just try not to post about that too
Yeah.
because it's it might be funny at the time and whatnot, but other people are just like, okay, well, I'm going to take offense to this. And
Yeah.
it's okay,
And
it's
as we
not.
were talking prior, before we started, I mean, like you said, even if you get a photo that's really good, there is ways to edit them too. So I mean, you
Yes.
have to, I mean, go that avenue if you have to, and it's really just about the memory that you're going to take. Because I mean, I know I have a lot of photos from years back. I mean, at the time you take them, didn't think a lot about them, but I mean, years down the road, you think, man, it's like, I'm really glad I took that photo and
Mhm.
so with your dad or mom or sister or something like that. It's really as you're, even though we're in the age of social media and everybody's got a camera full of photos and everything, but there's still some photos that you just want to hang on the wall. I mean, it's just more
Yeah.
than just one that you're gonna have. I mean, there's 'cause to me that just it every as the saying always goes. I mean, every picture tells a story, and it really does.
Yes, it
It's,
does. And also with hiding blemishes or hiding any type of blood, there are editing systems like Lightroom, and you can go ahead and either crop or you can also just disguise the spot as some of the hair from the other
yeah.
part of the deer, or vice versa. If a turkey, if it has too much blood on it, you could kind of just cover it up with
Hmm.
whatever parts that is in that area. So if it's in a feathery area and it's all bloody, you can cover it up with more feathers. So there are ways around it too. If you just completely
Right.
forget, and you're like, okay, crap, I need to go and do this really quick. And learning that kind of helps with the editing software too.
So, like, if somebody calls you up on the phone or in your website, what do most people like in the hunting world? What are they looking for? Are they looking to just, I mean, they capture the whole hunt, the moment. What's really most people's like mindset when they talk to you? What are they looking for?
So mostly what they're looking for is the story. So when I work with outfitters or I work with hunters, I don't just capture the hunt. I want to have that full experience there for you because you're the one that's going through it every single
Right.
day. You're the one that wants to bring it out and show other either clients or family members or friends and just show the entire experience. So if I'm flown out to Washington and we're doing a duck hunt, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna film from the beginning of when I get there to what amenities you have, the lodging that you have, waking up in the morning to getting into the blind, getting watching the dogs work, guides work, everybody, and then also on the way back. Like if they're cleaning out the birds. I love that part. I love the cleaning aspect of it because it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I love that aspect of it and everybody kind of doing their own thing, collecting their birds, going one by one,
Hmm.
who's got what, and then also getting back to the lodge. So every single day is going to be different. Just because you might be targeting different species too on top of it. And that's pretty much my main goal is just reliving your experience, but through my eyes.
Okay.
Instead of because you get to experience it through your eyes and you get to relive it. But at the other hand, it's like I don't have anybody to document it for me, or I would love to be able to go back and watch that scene or watch that and relive that. And then that's kind of what I'm there for.
Are you doing like when you do those, is it more both video and photography or is it kind of focus one or the other?
Yes. Yeah, I have a couple of people that have me come down for photos mainly, sometimes just for marketing purposes,
Hmm.
um, to show on their websites or pamphlets or whenever they go to the shows and it kind of documents the entire what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But other than that, the rest of it is video and photos, and then that's pretty much telling the story from start to finish. I usually have two or three cameras on me, and I'm literally going back and forth, which I should probably hire somebody else to do one or the other, but it's hard
Yeah.
because you don't have not everybody has the same eye as you. And that's probably the most difficult part of what I do in that aspect. But
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is very important, as you just said. I mean, sometimes I think when you think of photography or video, I mean, you just think of when, okay, the deer's on the ground, you get a photo now, but I think it is very important, as you just said, to capture really the whole hunt in general. And the hunt is more than just the harvest. I mean, that's what, so like it's like I said, spending friends or time with your friends, preparing for it and things like that, where I think that's very important to capture that, as you said. Because it
Yeah,
does. It's like you said, you're telling a story.
yes, it's the experience. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people either go for the hunt, people go for the experience. Well, majority of them do go for the experience. Like they're not caring all the time
Yeah.
about what they're killing or what they're going to go down and hunt for. They're really
Yeah.
wanting to be with their buddies too, be able to sometimes see new cultures too, because you go from state to state to state and everybody is different.
Hmm.
Everybody lives differently, everybody cooks differently, everybody has different hospitality. And it's kind of nice because not everybody that stays in one area gets to experience that, and maybe it'll help them get to experience it one day too. And that's kind of what my goal is too, because I'm definitely a person that loves to experience life, and there's so much
Yeah.
out there, so
Yeah.
I love to share.
So you've been to, maybe I'll ask you that question. You've been to a few places, pretty much around the, I don't know if the world, but I mean, a lot of places. Where's one place that really sticks out that you really enjoy going to?
I love Oregon and I love Alaska. Those
Yeah.
are the two that have definitely stuck out to me. Alaska is just, it should be a country itself. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful. And just the animals, the atmosphere, the time of the year, whatever time of the year you go, it's absolutely stunning. Like, and you can't spend less than 2 months up there and still see
Yeah.
everything. So that has definitely been one of my favorite places to just adventure and film. And
And
then
then
also with
what was
Oregon.
probably then like your most, oh, what's the word? What like hunt did you go on animal wise that was probably the most either thrilling or most like satisfying that you went with?
So my favorite animal hunt was caribou.
Yeah.
We went up to Dead Horse, Prudhoe Bay, and it was my favorite hunt of all time so far.
That's
So,
cool.
and I'm a big waterfowl hunter, but something about the caribou up there, it's just a majestic animal,
Right.
as weird as that sounds, but they are so intriguing and so interested in what you are, and they don't really see you all year round, and they're
Right.
kind of just I don't even know how to explain it. It was just awesome. And to be able to
Yeah.
stalk them and hunt them and see their behaviors, it was a very different way of hunting. And I'm
Yeah.
used to definitely, whitetail, mule deer. So it was an experience that I'll remember. And hopefully next year I'll be able to, or not next year, but within the next few years, I'll be able to get back out there and actually get one. But
Yeah.
honestly, even without getting one, like I said, it was the experience. We got within 70 yards of it, and I just couldn't
Wow.
get a shot on it. So it was just it was unfortunate in that way, but I did about 1,000. It was like I think it was a 1,300 yard stalk,
Yeah.
and we saw him from over the hill, like way far. And I I don't know if I have time to tell the whole story, but it was just so intriguing. And him and I went back and forth for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I finally got him in within 70 yards, but I couldn't make a shot. So
Yeah. So if somebody is self-recording their own hunt, then they're
Mhm.
here in Michigan, they're hunting, what would you say is probably like a, say they want to post on YouTube or something like that, time span as far as like how long the video should be? Is there a limit or what you think would be, what's people's time attention or span, time attention span, I should say the word.
So a lot of people have been. It really just depends how intriguing your video is.
Yeah.
So I would say it would have to go off of that to be quite honest with you, because you could have a 20-minute video and it's just you in the stand for a very, very long time. I would say at that point, cut to the scenes that are the most important, shorten it up. And then if you do get a harvest, if you don't get a harvest, it's the main part of why you made that video, then I would make that the longest
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Okay.
But you could have also a 20-minute video and it's just nonstop
Yeah.
intriguing. So I usually only do about 3 to 5 minute videos, but I do a lot of promo videos.
Okay.
So, but for hunters, if you're going on a week-long hunt, your video might be longer and it's going to
Yeah.
be kind of targeting towards what you're going after too, and like who's around you. It's really hard to be able to tell.
Okay.
Whatever you feel comfortable with, and then I would say probably keep it anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes would be it if you don't have a lot going on.
Okay.
Yep. And then if you got like a whole episode and you're just going at it and you got help and you got people and you want to make a whole show, like go for the 30.
Right.
It really just depends on what you're doing. So, and like I said, to if it's exciting, then make it longer.
Yeah. So if somebody wants to get in touch with you as far as your business, how would they go about getting a hold of you?
So you can either get a hold of me through Instagram, which is Run14, Run_Ren14, and then also my company CI Nation 17. That would be on Instagram too. But
Okay.
those would be the two ways. I also have a Facebook page, just Rena Spears, and you can get a hold of me and message me through there too. But I'm pretty good about getting onto the messengers, and if you send me a request or I can't see anything, I
Yeah.
usually do those weekly.
Okay. And you're
Yeah.
kind of always once in a while, I know, posting some photos for people, and it's always
Yes.
kind of cool. I know I enjoy keeping track of your page, what you got, what's going on in your life, and it's always I'm a photography guy, so I really enjoy what other people are, what's going on, and haven't got to Alaska yet, so it's kind of cool to see your stuff up there.
I hope you get to go because it's
Yeah,
like,
it'll be someday.
yeah, it is. It's absolutely beautiful. And one day I'll probably post a little bit more about the hunt or put a video together of the hunt. Um, yeah, one day I'll get to it, but so far my customers have to come first, and
Yeah,
I really should actually put more of myself filmed hunts on there, but I just don't have the time to do it as much anymore, unfortunately. And I kind of keep to myself on my personal hunts, but I
yeah.
definitely love to share other people's hunts and I love to share my work with everybody too. So
Okay. So what is your passion then as far as in Michigan, far as the outdoor world? What do you privately enjoy, I guess? Maybe what's your, I know you said you like duck hunting.
yeah, so I I like it all, to be honest with you. I love to deer hunt. I deer hunt mainly with my bow all year round, and then later in the season I'll take a doe if I didn't get anything with my muzzleloader. And then also waterfowl. I haven't done much in Michigan the last 2 years just because I'm very gun-ho on getting the 41 species in North America.
Yeah.
And after that, I can kind of relax. And I'll get back to duck hunting here, but I definitely like going on Lake Michigan. I love the old squaw hunting, and then I
Yeah.
live on Lake St. Clair and doing the diver hunts. And then also, I'm big into smallmouth, love smallmouth fishing. Whenever I can get the chance, I'll go up north, straight up there, and I'll just go straight for a week or a weekend and go with some friends or my boyfriend, or we'll just hang out there
Yeah.
for a week and relax and enjoy it. And then
Yeah.
also, turkeys, but I haven't had the chance to go out and turkey hunt much this year, unfortunately. But I've been
Yeah, life
pretty,
gets busy.
yeah, life has gotten busy. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, and turkeys is kind of one of my favorite too. I love anything birds just because um I love calling or like hearing the calls back and forth and going to how would I say this? Going to new spots and areas where you really don't get to experience it all the time, I guess. And
Okay.
sometimes when you're going on one property, you might not hear anything, you might not see anything, and then you go to the next property and you're like, okay, yeah, no, we got them, we're locating them. Like it's just kind of nice in that aspect because you don't know where they're gonna be, you don't know what's gonna happen, and it's
Right.
just fun to be able to go back and forth with them.
All right. Well, I appreciate you joining me tonight and kind of giving me a few of your photography and videography tips, suggestions, things like that. I know everybody definitely enjoys photos, and I know I know I'm always everybody's up for learning something new. I know I'm still, as much as I like photography, I'm always trying to learn something new, and but I think as we were saying, you don't need to spend a lot of money. Like I said, if you have to, just pick up your cell phone and you can get some good photos with that too. So Doesn't
Yeah.
have to be something you gotta professionally get into it, but um, I'm definitely a person. I enjoyed photography, and I know take the extra time. I think that's words for with me. If you get an animal, take the extra few minutes to get a picture. Weather might be nasty or something outside, but take the time, and whether it's might not be this year, might not be 5 years, might be 10 years down the road. You'll look at that picture and be like, "Yeah, I remember that moment," and I'm glad I took that photo. And that's especially when it comes to getting like families together.
Yes.
I just posted one the other day. Somebody had sent me. It was grandfather, dad, kids, like the generational thing. And I think those are just really cool photos because those memories only last so long, you know. So that's to me, it captures those memories while they're there, and you never know what tomorrow brings.
No, exactly. That's really the whole purpose and why I got into photography. I have a terrible memory, to be honest with you. So
Mhm.
I'm sorry ahead of time if I meet you and I forget your name. I am just terrible at
Right,
I'm horrible at it. But if I take a photo and I might not remember that day, might not remember anything from it, and then you put a photo in front of my face, and then just everything comes back.
right.
So that's pretty much the reason why I love photography and why I do what I do, and to keep those memories for everybody. But it's definitely like Dale said, take your time with it. It's no
Yeah.
rush. Make sure you get a good quality photo, you think it through, and you love it. And if you don't love it, retake it. Retake it 20 times if you want to.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say to kind of close this. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable in your photography, there's always people like Rena that would be more than happy to take some quality photos for you. And I think maybe my dog's kind of getting anxious here now. But yeah, so I will put some of your information in the comments when I post this later. And if people would be interested, check out Rena Spears, and she's got a couple avenues to get hold of her. And I appreciate her joining us tonight and giving us some of her insights on her passion in life, photography, and taking videos and capturing memories with the outdoor world or in general. So, well, thank you very much, Rena. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
no problem. It was great
all
being
right,
here.
well, enjoy your weekend, and I will or have a safe trip. I know you said you were going to Washington.
I go to Washington next January. We'll be
Okay.
for duck hunting. So I have a couple trips coming up for work.
Mhm.
I go to Florida this week, and then after that, it's just gonna be on the road.
All right. Well, enjoy the summer, and once again, keep in touch, and we'll definitely get this posted in a little while. Thank you very much.
Sounds great.
Have a great evening.
Thank you, you too.